TSW is entering a brand new era of discovery. What was once ignored by doctors is now generally accepted. But sadly, the advice given by doctors is quite limited. Even though your doctor might recognize topical steroid withdrawal for what it is, they really haven't studied how to get through topical steroid withdrawal effectively. And I mean, why would they? But that's another video. Today, I want to continue my masterclass topical steroid withdrawal series, and we're gonna answer the question that burns in everyone's mind. Can I fast track my way through topical steroid withdrawal? Are you one of the few? Green hearts in the comments down below. My name is Victoria. I've had eczema my entire life, and I'm a 3-time survivor of topical steroid withdrawal. So if there's anyone who knows how to get through topical steroid withdrawal faster, you're looking at her. Here's the truth. Topical steroid withdrawal is not linear. And I've been through it 3 separate times with 3 widely different experiences. And I believe certain things that I've tried actually helped me get through topical steroid withdrawal faster. I'm going to walk you through a clear framework for you to also know how to know if you're healing. Because sometimes you're going through it and you're like, am I really healing? And it actually has very little to do with your skin. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to the good stuff, guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm sure you know that. I'm here, just a girl on the internet with eczema, sharing my story. Please never take this as medical advice. That's what your doctor's for. I'm just here to give you information and you choose what you're gonna do with that. On to the rest of the video. So can you get through topical steroid withdrawal faster? I think you can. Okay, the very first thing that I'm gonna say helped me get through my topical steroid withdrawal faster the second time was turmeric tea. On my second rendezvous with TSW, I began to drink turmeric tea 3 times a day, and I honestly think it took me out of stage 1, the atmospheric shift. If you haven't watched my stages of topical steroid withdrawal, go watch that video and then come back. I'll wait. I'm gonna link it up there or up there, I don't know what side. It literally took me the atmospheric shift and the red inflamed stage and took me basically into like the dry and crusty stage of topical steroid withdrawal. Like there was like minimal inflammation. I was amazed how taking this 3 times a day, it literally calmed my body and it calmed my mind, all right? And the mind and the body are in unison, and a lot of times we try to divorce the two, but your mind has a lot more to do with your healing than you think. All right, so why this works, I'm gonna put all the information right here. You just pause and read that. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory, so I would drink a turmeric tea, something like this, 3 times a day. Another option is that you can grate the turmeric itself, like fresh turmeric, that as well. You can boil that and you have with coconut. Sure, you put a little bit of black pepper in the tea, or your little, if you make a turmeric latte, put the black pepper in so that it will help with absorption. You don't really even taste it, so if you're concerned about that, you don't have to worry. You can get this on like Amazon. You can go to your grocery store and get fresh turmeric. I would actually recommend fresh turmeric as well because it's even better than this, but you do what you gotta do. All right, so the next thing that literally almost instantly deflames your body is the no moisture method. And I talk about this all the time. It's one of my like go-tos for TSW, and it's something I still do now with my eczema to treat my flares. I just do it in a localized way because I don't want to be dry and crusty all over my body. It's not really giving. But the no moisture method, basically we know what it means. You just don't put any products on your skin, and that will take your inflammation down. Like if you were at 100, I'm gonna say it's gonna bring it down to 60. Yes, it is not very comfortable, okay? I get it. The no moisture method is my favorite approach to reduce it. I started the no moisture method about halfway through my little TSW journey. I wish I had started from the get-go, but the second time round that I did it, I no moisture method right away, inflammation down. As I said, to this day, I no moisture, I NMT on a regular basis. That is, if you want to watch my how I calm my face flash in 3 days with no steroids, watch that video. I don't know, watch that video. Basically, that's part of the process, just withdrawing products. Your skin barrier is like on high alert. That's the reasoning why. So it basically allows your skin barrier to get a break. It's crazy because you can put products on your skin that generally are sensitive skin approved, but you put them on and your body thinks it's just like hell on earth. So the NMT method top tier for expediting the process. The quicker we can get your skin barrier healed, well, the quicker we're out of the woods, right? Now, because I do know that it's very uncomfortable and you feel like a mummy, like your skin will like create this dry cast, what I suggest you do is take a shower. When you get out of the shower, don't dry yourself off. Quickly put on a long sleeve clothing and do some jumping jacks. Move your body very quickly. It'll rise your temperature, but not to the point that you want to sweat, because we're not trying to sweat. We're just trying to elevate our body temperature, get a little bit of moisture coming through the body, and so we'll have like more mobility, all right? So that's how I survive no moisture method. If I have to do it on like bigger parts of the body, like if you're doing it on your neck, you know, quickly wrap a scarf around your neck and just like, you know, keep the movement until it feels somewhat normal. Don't let yourself just like stiffen, right? Those jumping jacks, those are gonna help you with the next way to fast track your way through topical steroid withdrawal. And that is to exercise and sweat. Now, if somebody would have told me the first time I was going through topical steroid withdrawal that I need to exercise and sweat, I would have been very, yeah, no thank you. Like, why would I want to do that? I'm already in so much pain. But if someone would have explained to me the why and how this could help me get through it faster, I probably would have done it. I'm not just gonna exercise for the sake of. TSW is not just physical battle, it's a mental battle. Like I said, the mind and the body in unison. Okay, so being physically active does so much for your mind, right? So much for your mind. And when you're in the state of TSW, a lot of times you feel depressed, you're discouraged, you know, and you're letting off a lot of cortisol. We need that cortisol to just hit the brakes a little bit. And exercise is going to help to reduce those levels, reduce stress in your body, lighten your overall outlook in life. So that's one benefit. And if your mind is right, your body can now be like, okay, let's heal. Second, it's twofold. Second reason why you need to exercise is you need to sweat. Your body, your sweat is so helpful for healing. It's uncomfortable, it's itchy, it's not. A lot of times we feel like we're allergic to sweat, but you need your systems, like sweat is a form of detox. You need to sweat, okay? You need to sweat. I actually couldn't sweat initially for many, many years. Didn't matter really how much I worked out. I rarely sweat. My body would not let out because my skin was so dry. So imagine my body's just storing all of that within it. So it was very important. Once I started working out, at first it burned, it was very uncomfortable. So I recommend after you exercise, immediately take a cold shower. Take a cold shower. Now, you want to either do it two ways. Number one, you could do a very intense workout, but short, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. Or you can do a longer but low intensity workout. And that's going to manage your sweat. So do it short for 20 minutes, then at least it's only 20 minutes. You have to withstand the sweaty feeling. Maybe you'll start to sweat within the last like 10 minutes of it, and then you immediately go shower. Or you do a low level activity and you do it over a long period of time. You get all the mental benefits and maybe strength training, whatever the case is, and then you won't be physically uncomfortable, okay? So those are two options for you, and no matter what, when you're done, cold shower. Okay, so we're drinking the turmeric tea. We are not using any products on our skin, and we are sweating on a regular basis and exercising. And those three things are great for fast tracking your topical steroid withdrawal, but that's only half the battle. So these next two things I'm going to tell you about, I did in my second and third time through topical steroid withdrawal. To be honest, the first time it was just trial and error. I honestly would have wished I had a video like this to help me. So what are we doing next? We are getting dopamine hits. Okay, so what do I mean by dopamine hits? That means that you need to have bursts of dopamine throughout the day, things to make you happy. Stress is killer, and your body's already naturally under stress. And you know, pause for a second. People always say, like, you gotta eat healthy and you gotta sleep and you gotta, you know, get outside and get sunshine and take your vitamins. And okay, yeah, guess what? It's true. It is true. Our bodies are not created to function the way we've been functioning with them. We eat garbage diets. We, you know, are constantly like on our phones, hunched over, you know, not living active lives, like high stress. And then it's like, oh my gosh, why am I having all these issues? It's like, I have a friend, she deals with sickness, pain, all those things. She went on a trip, and it's like when she went on her trip, she felt no symptoms. She was fine. You want to know why? because she reduced her stress. Now, we can't all go on a trip to Jamaica on a regular basis to reduce stress. So you are going to have to manually figure out how to reduce stress and get those dopamine hits. Do things that you love on a daily basis. I'm saying 3 things every day that you love. What do you love? Do you know what you love? Because that's even a question of itself. Many people have no clue what they love to do. And please, let it be something that doesn't include this phone. A lot of the process of dopamine hits is also going to mean that you're going to have to detach from your eczema and your skin and what it looks like. I actually have a video about detaching for your eczema where I talk more in depth about that process. But you're really, as I said, this is a mental thing. This is not just a physical thing. And that's something that I wish I knew. I wish that people told me more about, that you need to learn to override your mind, because you're not going to feel like a lot of things. So when you're gonna need to take a time and just like table Tuesday your skin. And I have this thing I call Table Tuesday. If something bothers me, I table it till Tuesday. I tell myself, we're gonna let this rest until next Tuesday, and we'll intervene next Tuesday. I have actually a note app. I don't really use it anymore, but I used to like write. I had Table Tuesday at the top, and I'd write in it the thing that was bothering me, and then after I wrote it down, I'm not coming back to that note app until next Tuesday. And usually next Tuesday would come and I wouldn't even care about the thing anymore. So when it comes to your skin, you're gonna have to Table Tuesday it. Table next summer it, because right now what you look like cannot be your primary area of focus, because it's not controllable. It's not something that you cannot do anything about it right now. So it doesn't make sense focusing on it, but you can focus on your health. You can focus on your mental, you can focus on your biomarkers, which I'm going to talk about next. Number 5 thing I want you to focus on, and this is the framework to know that if you are healing, it's basically paying attention to your skin biomarkers. I learned about it through Rob Stewart. He has wonderful information in terms of eczema. You can go check his channel out as well. But biomarkers are very important, and to be honest, a great measure for health in general. Not even just eczema, if you have acne, if you're dealing with any type of sickness, okay? These biomarkers are what you need to focus on and pay attention to, not the surface, because they get to the roots, your internal systems. The first thing we need to focus on is good sleep hygiene, okay? That is a biomarker. How are you sleeping? And usually when you're in TSW, your sleep is pretty crappy. So you need to work on ways to formulate very good sleep habits, okay? That's getting up early in the morning, getting up at the same time every day, going outside first thing in the morning, let the sunshine hit your eyes. That's, creating an evening routine, getting off your phone at like 2 or 3 hours before bed. All of those things, okay? Don't knock it till you try it, and don't knock it till you try it for 30 days. Don't just say like I did it for 3 days, I couldn't sleep. No, you need to be consistent with it. Watch videos, how to make yourself fall asleep, train yourself. So there's like this army style, fall asleep in 3 minutes or something like that. Train yourself to sleep, okay? Sleep like it's your job, like your life depends on it. Like this, we're not playing any games with sleep. In my worst moments of topical steroid withdrawal, I did take Atarax. I had to take for the itch, and it made me very, very drowsy. I've taken Benadryl as well. I also taken NyQuil. I'm not a doctor. I'm just letting you know the things that I did when I was at the height of my experiences, and it's like I just could not sleep. Okay, those were some of the options. I do think turmeric tea is very helpful. You can also take things like magnesium. That's like a more natural method. I notice I get itchy when I take magnesium, so please watch for that, because sometimes different supplements you take can also be exacerbating your skin issues. All right, we're gonna talk about a little TMI stuff, your bowel movements, your gut health. I know gut health is all over the internet, but before I started going through topical steroid withdrawal, my gut health was a mess. I was not using the bathroom on a regular basis. Ever since I got my gut health a lot more in check, I think I still have a ways to go, but I have noticed a difference in my skin. So we want to focus on, are we going regularly? If we're not going regularly, then how can we get ourselves to go regularly? These are the things you need to put your focus to. Am I going regularly? How can I get myself to go regularly? Am I drinking enough water? Okay, the next biomarker is your energy and your mood. Other than your skin feeling like yucky, How do you feel on the inside? Do you have the energy to get through your day? And if you don't have energy, why don't you have energy? And something that I want you to do is log your biomarkers daily. So you can use your Note app. My Note app is my best friend. She's got all the details, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put down these biomarkers. You're gonna put your sleep, you're gonna put your gut health, you're gonna put your energy, your mood, your appetite, how you're feeling, whatever the case is. And you can rate them out of 10, whether it's 10 being the best or 1 being you rate it how you want, and every week assess. You would be surprised. Your body's telling you a story, and we got to listen. And through your biomarkers, that is a way that you can listen to what your body's telling you. And as you start to see that scale go up, oh, I'm consistently getting good sleep, you're going to notice the inflammation is down. Oh, my skin's actually starting to get better. So I've told you 5 different ways to fast track your topical steroid withdrawal experience. And while yes, I don't know how long it will take for anyone. We don't even know for ourselves. I had 3 different experiences, 3 different periods of time. We don't know, but I can guarantee that if you do these 5 things, you will have a more bearable experience, and it'll be faster than it would have been without these. All right, so in my next video, I'm actually going to talk about my 3-time topical steroid withdrawal experience and the 10 lessons that I learned from that. So please stay tuned for that. And until next time,